Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Great morning to you. Thank you for joining us this great Monday morning. It's a wet one here in Oyo State. Well, in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. Not sure if it rained across the state this morning, but here around Oluyole State and its environs this morning, it's a very wet one. And I just hope that a lot of people will not get to work late today. It started raining sometimes around past 1 o'clock. Up until the early mornings today. But we're thankful for the early morning rain. The showers are blessings. It's not to hinder anyone, to be honest. It's for blessings, to relieve us. For farmers will always smile when they see rain. People like Chukwemeka will be excited, when they see rain. Some of us, when we need to get to work, in time and beats the time, we're not excited to see the rain. But whichever one, rain is blessing. It is human being that, convert it to something else. When we dump, refuse in waterways, water will always find its space. It will find a way for itself. And in that process, it will cross ocean, cross bridge, cross this, break that, break this. So let's be more careful. Rain is not our enemy. Rain indeed is our friend. And I want to believe that rain is your friend too. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. You're welcome to Perspectives Unlimited for today on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state's #1 family radio station. We believe you're doing well and your household is great, and we pray for you that this week will definitely be a great week for you and yours, your business, your career, your life, everything all around you. This week will be a great one. Please let's ensure that we clothe, children appropriately. The weather is cold. their sweaters, their cardigans, whichever one we need to. And also, parents, also clothe yourself, in a very safe, dress the weather. We're not sure whether in the day it will definitely be bright again, but let's dress the morning weather, and we pray that it will be a great one. God bless you. This is Perspectives Unlimited. We bring you top stories in Nigeria from major dailies. Right in the studio this morning, we have the Punch newspaper, we have the Guardian, and of course, the Vanguard newspaper. From the three dailies, we will be reading 7 news stories. We will be serving you front page stories from the three of them. And right after that, we will dive straight into in-depth analysis to help you make sense and understand the stories in our nation, Nigeria, better. Also, you can join the conversation when it is time. The studio lines will be open for you to call us in and then share your thought with us. Once again, you're welcome to the program Perspectives Unlimited. Let's start with the Punch. Crude supply to domestic refineries hit 67.6 million barrels. You find that story on page 33. And on page 9, Borno terrorist attack victims hospitalized in Cameroon. On page 9. On page 2 of the Punch for today, IBAS rejects Assembly's move to probe 6-month spending. IBAS reject Assembly's move to probe 6-month spending. You find that story on page 2 of the Punch. Ex-administrator insists lawmakers lack power to question tenure. Is that true? We will find out more about that in the news today. CSOs urge Fubara to hold IBAS accountable. CSOs urge Fubara to hold IBAS accountable. Will Fubara do that? I don't know. When we get to the news, we will find out. All right, that's all we have. Okay, International Day of Peace. Africa does not only fight wars, it builds bridges of peace. General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, says. The story is right there on the front page of the Punch for today. Let's move on to the Guardian. All right. Otedola to Dabman, adapt to change, innovate or perish. Recalls how he formed the association 23 years ago, says oil marketers' business model obsolete, louds Tinubu for fuel subsidy removal. That story is on page 29. On page 6, 2027, political diversions, or divisions, I beg your pardon, deepen over Tinubu's reforms. You find that story on page 6 this morning. You find that story on page 6 this morning. The rest is advertorial. Let's move on to the Vanguard. Or Tedola to Dabman. Your business model outdated. Dangote transforming petroleum sector. And also on page 22, Zenith Bank gross earnings soar. On page 22. On page 21, crude oil import hits record high as Dangote refinery reshapes trade flow. That's on page 21. All right, and of course, the rest again is advertorial, also on the Vanguard this morning. Let's see if we have anything from the Nigerian Tribune very quickly. Let's see, and also on the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Okay, the top story on the Nigerian Tribune today says, I never told anyone I wanted third term, says Olusegun Obasanjo as he opens up. 2027, any party with Peter Obi has more than 40% of vote, says PDP chieftain. All right, thanks Remembrance Fasanati eulogizes HID Awolowo ahead of 2027 elections. In which direction are Nigerian youth heading? That's all we can take on the front page this morning. This is still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state's #1 family radio station. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. You can stream us live from anywhere in the world on our website www.wellsradio893.com www.wellsradio893.com, And also you can find us on Radio Garden, Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Let's talk about the visual part of radio. Go on our Facebook page to watch us live right now. On our Facebook page, Wales Radio 893 FM fan page, Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. You can catch us right there on our Facebook page and drop your comment, thought, and contribution on the program this morning. We will be right back. Welcome back to the program. This is Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state #1 family radio station, broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafi Avenue, Oluyole Estate here in Ibadan, the capital of your state. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. You're welcome to the program. With me in the studio this morning to analyze stories making the round to the nation, Chukwemeka Munachiso. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning to you. How are you doing and how was your weekend?
The weekend was fine and I'm always doing fine.
Oluwasho. Thank God.
That is my name, Chukwemeka.
Oh, that's what it means.
Yeah, Oluwasho.
Oluwasho.
Oluwasho means Chukwemeka.
Oh, then we can call you Mr. Oluwasho.
It's something.
Wow, that's good to know. That's good to know. Just like I said, it rained this morning. I prayed a few times. God, let this rain stop. Let this rain stop. And how is farming going for you?
Yeah,
it's been a while I checked on that side.
We are on the last lap of the third farming season for the year. So we still clear lands for farming, and what you can farm right now and it will do well for you is cassava because it doesn't need much rain. If you put corn in the ground, it may likely not do well. But cassava
right now,
but cassava will do well.
I thought
no, if
corn
you are
need rain.
Corn doesn't need. Corn needs rain,
Okay.
and the rain is going. Just like tomato doesn't need much rain also. But cassava is the best bet for this season because the rain is already going.
And
So
there's market for it.
There's market for it, but the reason that the market is coming down.
Why?
Cassava.
People don't take Gary anymore.
No, not that people don't take Gary. I think I don't know why it's actually because the capstar that we used to sell at 150 before is now selling for 60,000 and thereabout. It's coming down gradually. I don't know why. Maybe for the southwest, because the problem we have in the farm in the southwest is not bandits or banditry. It's about farm produce theft. Yes, that's the problem,
hunger.
and that's hunger. That's the problem we have in the southwest here. Farm produce theft. People go to your farm, harvest everything you have planted, and leave. Leaving if it is cassava, they leave the stems for you. If it's plantain, they go and cut it when it is not even.
I know the plantain experience.
So that's why when you go to market, you see plantain that are not done. They are not matured enough. They are all stolen plantain. And those who own it may like to go and cut it before it gets to a level of before somebody will come and take it. So that's the problem we have in the southwest farm. Farm produce theft is all over the place.
It is well.
It is well.
All right. Since we're talking about agriculture quickly, let's talk about the training that we're going to be having here. Wells Radio 89.3 FM, our station in conjunction with Olat Farm, presented 2-day practical training on cucumber farming.
Yeah.
A healthy harvest starts with the right knowledge, and that fee cost 30,000 naira only. It's a conjunction with Olat Farm, and this is a training that would usually go for about 200 and something thousand naira. To take just for 2 days, 17th of October and then on the 18th of October. Practical sessions will be done here in our premises, and of course the theory session, I beg your pardon, and the practicals will be done right on farm, at the Olat Farm facility, so people can see how all of this is done. We all take salads, restaurants make salads, go to the market. Cucumbers are on sale. The planting season is not as long as
no, it's not.
the other produce that you have to stay forever. And so let's encourage someone. You're thinking of going into agriculture and you're not entirely sure. Where should I go? What if I invest now? So they don't go and cut your banana away.
You see,
come and do something that is...
Yeah, it's a very good one that Wells Radio at 9.3 FM is organizing.
Absolutely.
Because I keep telling people that the first assignment God gave to man was to till the ground. You understand? So farming cannot go into extinction. You eat food. Before you came here this morning, you took something. Even if you have not taken, you will still eat today.
Absolutely.
So farmers are very, very important. You understand? And if as West Radio is organizing such a workshop, and there's going to be practical, it is good for people who there's no anybody who wants to really, even if you don't feed the country, you don't feed their community, you feed yourself. That's my motto. I'm not farming to feed my community, but to take care of myself, because there are certain things you take care of. You don't have to go to the market. So people should come and get registered for this workshop.
Absolutely.
And moreover, it's going to be practical, because farming is practical. It's not theory.
It's not theory.
Yes. So they will take you to the farm and show you the best of seeds, because everything, a good harvest starts with good seeds. Good seed.
Yes.
If you have good seed, and also what you don't know, you don't know. Let people who know the road show you the way. Because yes, so there are some insects that eat up crops. People who have harvested, people who have gone into this will be able to tell you what to apply in order to prevent some insects from attacking your farm, for a better yield. So it's a very good one. And 30,000 naira to me is a
I mean, to invest in something that you can get millions and millions of naira. And not even now that you can now even export some of our farm produce. So if you put plan well, you can be a part of that. October 17 to 18, 30,000 naira is the registration fee. Now let's get straight to the news. IBAS reject Assembly's move to probe 6-month spending. The immediate past River State Administrator, Vice Admiral IBAS, retired, and the River State House of Assembly may be gearing up for a showdown following the latest decision to probe the state expenditure over the last few months under the former. IBAS ceased to be the administrator of the oil-rich state on the 17th of September following the end of the 6-month emergency rule after President Tinubu decided or directed the suspended state governor, Similai Fubara, his deputy, and the State House of Assembly members to return to office from the previous Thursday. The River State House of Assembly, presided over by the Speaker, Martin Amawili, during his first plenary after the end of emergency rule, said it would investigate the state expenditure during the 6 months of emergency rule, according to the resolution of the House, to explore the process of knowing what transpired during the emergency rule with regard to spending from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for the award of contracts and the expenditure. Findings by the Punch showed that River State received at least 254.37 billion naira from the Federation Allocation Account Committee between March and August 2025 under the tenure of the sole administrator. The figure is based on analysis of the FAC data from the National Bureau of Statistics and their sources. And while the NBS has released official breakdown up to June, the figures for July and August were collated from document presented by FAC meeting obtained and reviewed by the Punch. The data showed Rivers took home 44.66 billion naira in March, 44.42 billion in April, 42.80 billion in May, and 4 in June, according to the NBS. In July, the state received about 38.42 billion naira, while in August it collected 41.76 billion, according to the document analyzed. These brought the total net allocations in the 6 months to 254.37 billion naira, averaging 42.40 billion per month. If September follows the same trend, Rivers inflows could reach nearly 297 billion in 7 months. However, the structure of these allocations highlights the state heavy dependence on 13% derivation oil revenue. That's coming from that report this morning. Reacting to the State House of Assembly's move to probe expenditure under his tenure, Iba said the lawmakers lacked the power to investigate him, pointing out they didn't appoint him as the sole administrator of the state. Ibas, while addressing questions from reporters through his senior special advisor on media, Hector, on Sunday, said it was understandable that having been away from the business of legislation for a while, the lawmakers were merely trying to make an effort to discharge their functions. He, however, described the lawmakers' resolve as commentary, adding that the attempt to probe the former administrator was tantamount to probing the president, who appointed him as well as the National Assembly, which supervised the activities of Ibas as the state administrator as at then. According to Hector, while nobody can prevent the Assembly from probing what they perceive to be their function within the state, the attempt to probe the immediate past administrator of the state would be a fool's errand, he said. Chukwemeka.
Okay, so this country is a theater of the absurd. Yes, that's the way to begin this conversation. You hear things that you begin to wonder, where do we come from? So the immunity of the president covers a bus. Is that what he's saying? Because he's saying that probing him is tantamount to probing the president. That's what he's saying. So that they didn't appoint him. You understand? So it doesn't mean that probing Abbas is now tantamount to probing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You see why people, when they turn logic upside down in our country, you begin to wonder why is Abbas afraid of being probed? Clear conscience fears no accusation. He should have opened the books, let the assembly members come and look into it. If nothing is fishy. And this probe we are talking of, it's just noise. At the end of the day, nothing is going to come out of it. He has already invoked the name of the president. Now, the assembly members will now get another intimidation that, don't probe. If you are probing him, you are probing me. At the end of who suffers? The River State people. And this goes to show that it's just a racketeer that we are having all over the place. It's not governance, as far as I'm concerned. If you work, now, the mandate is for you to go and stay there for 6 weeks. Presiding over what? Yeah. 6 months. Over what? Over people. So the people you spend their money have no right to ask you, how did you spend their money? That's what he's saying. That's what Ibas is telling the whole world. And the world is watching us. And we are going around asking investors to come here, where there is a lot of criminality going on, where there's a lot of things that are not transparently done. If you are transparent and you know that, look, my hands are clean, open the books for them to look at what you have done in the past 6 months. That's the best thing to do. Why are you invoking the name of the president that, they didn't appoint you? The president appointed you to preside over what? Is it your money or is it the money of the president? Is it not the money of River State people? All the appointments you did, the election you organized, who came to, is it the president that came to vote? Was it not the River State people that came came to vote in the so-called local government elections they did? You see, there is nothing you cannot hear in this our country. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's why when people begin to, when you say people are leaving, people are not just leaving because they are tired of hearing this kind of inanities on a daily basis. People are dying because of safety, because they want to recover their humanity. Because this thing is going on. Look at what this man is saying. Just look at somebody, you have been in a state for 6 months. And the people came back and said, okay, can you tell us how you spent our money? He said they have no right. Which right do they have? So their right is to keep quiet. Then you walk away with whatever, without being accountable to anybody. That is the bane of leadership in Nigeria, lack of accountability.
Let's look at the constitution here. In a situation where a state then have what we call sole administrator like they had in River State, and of course the administrator leaves, and then the duly elected leader then get back to seat. Is it also constitutional? So we also begin to ask question in line of that. And just like you said, what happens to the people of Rivers? Because if you look at this figure, it's all about. At some point, I was just tired of reading all the billions and billions. It's quite intimidating.
Look,
18.24 billion, 221 to something billion on a Monday morning, where I'm sure that when you get to Rivers, you find, the average family is still trying to survive. But is this probe, just like the administrator is saying, that you probe me, you probe the president? So it's like I am missing in action here. Please face Mr. President. Is this constitutional?
Is it the president that they are giving money to? All the money, all the figures you read that day, is it Bola Ahmed Tinubu that was collecting them? Who was collecting them? On whose behalf? On behalf of River State people. Now, you cannot account to River State people how you spend their money. And you are now saying that if they ask you a question, they are insulting the president, or they are asking the president to account for it. You see, I keep saying it. The democracy we practice is Baba Sokpe democracy. Baba has said, at the end of the day, let me tell you something, Ayo. River State House of Assembly will not go too far with this issue. Because they will not.
This is just to raise the dust.
They will not. They will not. Ibas will walk away without telling anybody how he spent 6 months in office. He will, and that is what is killing this thing we call democracy. It's not democracy we are practicing. It's not. It's not even anything near democracy. If we are practicing democracy, even the emergency rule that was imposed, you impose emergency rule before obtaining permission from the Senate and the House of Reps. Is it done that way? Whatever we touch, we bastardize it. Look at what is going on in River State right now. At the end of the day, somebody will come out and say, I made this one governor, I made this one this. When do we start making mockery of ourselves in the Committee of Nations?
All right. Meanwhile, civil society organizations in River State have demanded accountability from the sole administrator over the money the state received from the Federation account. The chairman of the Coalition of Civil Society Organizations in River State, Enafa Georgewell, described the process that brought the sole administrator to power as illegal and insisted that the manner in which he has received and spent public funds since March was questionable. Georgewell said the total amount the state got only deepened suspicion of mismanagement. He explained that most major projects in the state, including the River State House of Assembly complex, remain stalled despite the heavy inflow through the period. However, Georgewell called on Governor Fubara to set up a panel of inquiry to ascertain both Federation allocation account and internally generated revenue to be investigated how the monies were expanded. Seeing the House of Assembly resuming, they didn't resume in the House because it's, under construction or renovation right there. But it's shocking to hear now that despite all of this amount of money, that project, stalled despite the heavy inflow. But do you think Fubara, because now the organization is saying Fubara should set up a panel of inquiry, despite all that Fubara had been through?
Let me tell you something.
Do you think
Fubara has been castrated. There's nothing he can do. Fubara has been castrated. There is nothing he can do. That's what I'm telling you, that this probe and it's just noise. Ibas will walk away without telling anybody how he spent a kobo. I'm telling you honestly. We will still come back here to discuss it. Because there is no way in a normal situation, you've been in an administration for 6 months and monies were given to you. How is it a crime to ask you how you spend the money given to you? It's not a crime. But he's turning it upside down. That, does the immunity of the president cover a bus? That's the question. Is he also under immunity that he cannot be probed? Well, the people in the law profession will tell us whether Abas is above being probed, whether the immunity of the president also covers him.
Abas. We'll take a break right now. When we come back right after the break, we'll take your calls, comment on Facebook, and of course, your perspective across all our channels. We will be right back. Stay with us.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
Hey, I dey miss my language oh.
How you go miss your language when na im dem dey speak for Wazobia platform wey dey shele for Wells Radio 89.3 FM?
Haba, Wazobia platform na your program from Wells Radio 89.3 FM where they speak Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa plus including Pidgin, and every Mondays, Wednesday, Fridays you go hear am.
Na from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
Advertise for Wazobia platform. Everybody go hear am for every corner for your state and beyond.
Wazobia platform na people's program.
Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Welcome back to the program Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. We're still on the story. IBAS rejects Assembly's move to probe 6-month spending. And of course, according to IBAS here, when you say they were going to probe the tenure of the administrator, was it the Assembly that appointed the administrator? This is according to the special media advisor, to IBAS here, Mr. Hector, on Sunday. You can join the conversation 0916-893-1000, 0915 334 893. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Miriam from Odejai.
Good morning, Miriam from Odejai. Let's have your perspective.
As regards food insecurity or food prices or whatever, I think if we really want to fight the prices, we need our farmers back on their farmland. And by doing so, the government should provide adequate security for them. And also, not only security, but they should also give out farming pills so that things will work out with them. Because we cannot continue like this. We all need food. So the federal government, state government, and everybody important that will bring meaningful results to the cause should please be on it on time. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Miriam from Odejai, for calling us. Also, meanwhile, Governor Fubara. All right, let's take this. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen of the press.
Good morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I am always Primate Shola Shitu from Ijebu-Igbo, but calling you from Abuja right away.
Good morning, Primate. Thank you for calling us.
I come up because I was listening on the early morning like this. I use your program as my morning tea.
Oh, good to hear. Thank you so much.
The tea you are having this morning, I think we need to look at the other hand.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Anybody in Rivers State wants the military administrator to be probed, then the person should go back from Gowon to Abdul Salam. Then from Gowon to Abdul Salam, who have we ever succeeded in probing? The military has established a message that they are the type of person that comes in and do anything and goes scot-free. And nobody has been able to say no. Check the number of SANs we are having. Check the number of barristers we are having. How many of them are taking them to court? When we want to speak, they will hide under local standard. Local standard said the public should write first before the law will write, which is against humanity. So the man has acted as a sole administrator. Even the account of the federation, the last time we audited it in 1993. Look at 1993 till now, we have never audited what we are spending or what we are doing in this country. So who is to rise for us? That is why we are thanking Western. You are discussing the other part, pacifying the people of Rivers that look, they should ask for accountability. But the other side that who will do this? Good morning.
Good morning, Primate. Thank you so much for your perspective. Chukwemeka, let's take a look at Primate's perspective here.
You see,
anybody calling for
I'm coming.
the probe of Fubara should actually date back.
No, I'm coming. That things have been going wrong for a very long time does not mean we have to allow it to continue going on all the time. Societies evolved. Things change, and people must change with things. Ibas was appointed as an administrator. Appointed over what? Appointed over people. Is it a crime for people of Rivers State to ask for accountability?
Let's take this call. Good morning to you.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, Mr. George from Ologweru.
Yes, this is George from Ologweru.
Good morning to you, sir.
I thank you people for this work you are doing.
Thank you.
I've been out since last week. I'm just back yesterday.
You're welcome back.
What I'm hearing again this morning is that we should not probe Rivers. It's very, very wrong. Anybody that sends you a message, when you go and come back, you should come and report back to the person. It is not done. Even if they have not been doing it, then they have been cheating this country. Can we remain in this rascality? Can we remain in this cheating game? Can we continue that way and we still expect progress? Ibas, for just 6 months, look at the amount of money the state received within that period of time. It is very, very right for him to come up and say, I received this much and this is what I use it to do. Anyone saying that should not be done, the person is not really thinking of this one country moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. George from Olugweru. Chukwemeka, who should be calling for the probe of Fubara? The president who appointed Fubara?
Look.
Or the State House of Assembly that was not even seated at the time when
Fubara
was elected.
Whether they were seated or not. Ibas was a placeholder. he was occupying a position people were there before. Look, it's not a question of the president telling him. Must president tell them to do what is right? Ibas himself, in all good, if he has a conscience, will he be saying what he's saying? That, oh, you can't prove me. How does this sound in his ears? You collected money on behalf of the people. Now, if people are coming back to say, okay, can you account to us how you spend the money? You say they should not ask you. Who are you? They should ask the person that appointed you. Yes, the person that appointed you. So they should. That's why I'm asking. Does the immunity of the president cover Ibas?
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Ayo.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yes, sir. Ruth calling from Malacca.
Ruth from Malacca. Good morning, Ruth. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir. You know, the probe going on in River State is just a political jamboree as usual. Because this crisis going on should have been a thing of the past. Had it been Ibas and President Tinubu, he's not hiding anything. So I would just want them to do the needful on time because the Rivers people need dividend of democracy. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ruth. Thank you so much.
Do you run democracy in an atmosphere of rascality? Democracy is about rule of law, about fairness and justice. Do we have it here? It's not about somebody waking up. Are we in a military? Are we in an authoritarian regime where you wake up and say nobody should touch you? Who are you that nobody should ask you question?
Is this not the character of the military? But let's take this call. Good morning to you. Hello.
Pardon me for calling back.
All right, primates. Thank you for calling back.
Please pardon me. Let me engage the man in the studio with you. Even Fubara himself, as the executive governor of the state, did he declare his account before he was taken to suspension? Which of the governors in the 36 states has given the state accountability, even under democratic setting? And the question, who will do it? Is it the House of Assembly that has been pocketed? Is it Fubara himself that is now already in the deep part of the pocket? Is it the one to question? Who is the person? What we need to discuss here today is, let us find a way to stop the issue of we want to vote. Let us sit down and discuss the one we want to do. It's either we go back to regional government, where everybody can do as you like in your region. Nobody will challenge you. Or we go back to parliamentary system, or maintain this presidential system, which is killing us. We have to sit down and decide. That is the only solution. Good morning.
Good morning, Primate. Thank you so much for joining us. 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893. Good morning to you.
George calling back.
All right, Mr. George, thank you for calling back.
I have always praised Primate. I have always liked the way he presents his case. But I must say this. Just before last weekend, I started seeing a change. And he has continued with it this morning. Primate, nobody sends someone message and will not ask, how did you go? They should tell us how they spend the money they receive. Can we say because they have not been doing it before, we should remain silent? Anyone that goes in there spends whatever I want to spend without telling us how I spend the money. Is there any wisdom in that? Please, they should account for what they spend.
You see, Ayo, my question is this. Where in the world must we allow things to continue because it has not been done? Where in the world that you come and serve people, you don't come and tell them how you serve them? Yeah, they send you on errand to go and buy something. You didn't come and tell them this is your change remaining. In office, they give you money to go on. I remember when I was writing for one of the national dailies in Lagos. They whenever they send us on outside assignment, they give us money, hotel money, food and everything. When we come back, there's what they call remitting back. Now you write a report of what you spent in the hotel with receipt to show for it. Whatever you bought, you show receipt and you remit the money that remains with you. Now, how can we continue in a country where people will just go into the coffers of the people, take out what they want? When people now ask, come and tell us how you spend it, it becomes a crime. That's what I'm saying. We cannot continue on this trajectory. It's killing. And the people must be made aware that, look, this country belongs to us. Whatever you come out to serve the people, you are a servant, you are nothing but a servant. And you must give us account of how you are spending our money. That's why Nigeria is going down and down and down on daily basis. Must we continue on this trajectory and expect to see a good country? We cannot. People must wake up and begin to ask hard questions. Otherwise, these people will never shift their ground. Is it a crime that go and give us account of how you ruled Rivers for 6 months? He said they cannot probe you. They didn't appoint you. Where is it done? It's a shame that we are even discussing this.
All right. Meanwhile, the governor of Fubara has called on the church and the people of the state to remain steadfast in prayer as he resumes the journey of governance back in Rivers State. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, good morning to your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. I'm calling from Oyo.
All right. I was going to say it's been a while. We heard from Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Good to have you.
Man has been busy, but I've always been following you.
Thank you.
And, kudos to you for the wonderful job you are doing.
Thank you so much.
I usually don't go after characters, but please pardon me. I have to go after primates this morning. Section 120 of the 1999 Constitution gives the House of Assembly the absolute right to probe the accounts of the state government. Yes, it was an aberration that Ibas was appointed illegally by the president. Like I said, the president committed, like I've been saying, the president committed an impeachable offense the day he appointed Ibas because no section of the Constitution gives him the power to do that. But that doesn't mean that the House of Assembly cannot probe this illegal administrator of Rivers State. He collected money on behalf of Rivers State. Nobody should have asked him to say, oh, come and tell us how you spend the money before he would actually come out to tell the whole world how you spent the money. Now people are calling you to come and explain. I mean, something you should have done on your own before. And you are saying they cannot probe you. That is the reality of the highest order. And I am thoroughly disappointed in private for saying that. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Your perspective, Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. Let's move away from this story very quickly to insecurity matters in Nigeria. Borno terror attack. Victims hospitalized. In Cameroon, confusion persists over the exact number of military casualties following a terrorist attack on the 152 Task Force Battalion in Banki, a border community in Bama local government area of Borno State. And several civilian survivors have been evacuated across the border to Mora, Cameroon for treatment, while many residents have fled the community for safety. The assault, which occurred on Thursday night, reportedly claimed 5 lives, according to local officials. And the latest in a series of deadly incidents in Bama local government, including the recent Daramajol attack that left 63 people dead. Defense Headquarters spokesperson Major General Marcus Kangia confirmed the attack and the death of one soldier. He added that the acting GOC of the 7th Division visited the area following days of an on-spot assessment and confirmed the situation was under control and troops' morale remained high. We're still getting reports from that area. Borno terror attack, victims hospitalized in Cameroon. Chukwemeka, let's talk about this very quickly.
You see, Ayo, when you talk of banditry and terrorism in Nigeria, it has become a normal thing. Over the weekend, one of the bandits, Kachala Omaru, during their so-called peace meeting, issued a warning to security operatives that fighting them is a waste of time. And that he made a lot of, he said, I don't know whether you watched the video, the guy said a lot of things. He was even warning security operatives to stop attacking them. And he came out to say that, look, the people of Matazu, local government area, are part of the problem. He said, you people are fond of complaining. I'm quoting him. You people are fond of complaining to security operatives and giving them information. Even when they come to us, even when they come to where we are, they don't kill a bird. But they will come out and tell you people that 10 people have been killed. A wanted bandit was saying this openly. And he said that they will come out and tell Nigerians that they have killed 10. And meanwhile, they didn't kill a bird. And that they come and meet them. In fact, Ayo, Nigeria is, I don't know what the president is actually doing in terms of security. I don't know. I don't know if there must be a state before you talk of progress, before you talk of election. The other day, they were unveiling, they say agric, they were unveiling something about agric. They are to encourage farmers. And I was asking this question. Is the best thing the president to do not to go and secure the farmland? Is it not to tackle insecurity? This so-called peace meeting, states like Castena are having with the bandits, even giving them chieftaincy title. Can this thing stop? Look at what we have just read now. In Borno State, this morning again, Lakurawa, people that were running away from Lakurawa in Sokoto State, drowned in as in a river, as they were running away. Citizens of this country drowned because they are running away from non-state actors that are pursuing them. Lakurawa in Sokoto, Kachala Umaru in Katsina is threatening security operatives that even when they come, they don't even kill a bird, but they will tell Nigerians they have killed 10. That's what the man was saying.
What's the solution to all of this?
The solution is that there should not be a compromise. There's any state that makes peace with terrorists and bandits is a failed state. You don't do that. You take the war to them. Imagine if Kashala Umaru is from the southwest, coming out with all those gadgets of destruction on him. Do you think by let's assume the thing is in the southeast, they will clear the village. There is no level playing ground for all of us in Nigeria. That's what we are saying. If we are all Nigerians and nobody is a Nigerian above others, the Nigerian state must take this war to Kachala Umaru and his cohorts.
Let's take this call. Good morning to you.
Good morning again, Ayo.
All right, good morning.
You see, when I saw the message, when I saw that report on that bandit leader that came with so many ammunition and different highly rated guns, to where they are having a town hall. And after talking, he went away with those things. I said, Nigeria is finished. This is the man you are looking for. He came out to a town hall with that type of criminal weapons, and you are allowing him to go. Were there no security men in that place? You see, we are playing with fire. If they don't want to stop this thing, then they should tell us that they cannot rule Nigeria. They should hands off. Thank you.
This guy came into the hall with armed to the teeth with his lieutenants. Where is Nuhu Ribadu in all of this? Where is CDS in all of this? Where is the military high command in all of this? People that declare this guy wanted, and you are talking of Nigeria. What is happening? Why are these ones getting kid gloves treatment, and others are languishing in prison for just asking for self-determination? What do we mean? Is that a country? Is that how to govern a country? This man threatening, coming out openly. You declared him wanted. He came out openly with his left, and somebody is even saying that they shouldn't touch them. Otherwise, imagine the kind of country where we are, and we are planning for 2027. And we are deceiving ourselves that we have a nation when non-state actors are holding Nigeria to a jugular. Where is it done? Which country is it done? Even countries as small, very small countries, you don't dare do that. Where is the national security advisor? Where is the General Musa, Christopher Musa? Where is the military high command? In all of this, why are they quiet? Why are they not talking? Why are they not taking action?
Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning once again.
Yes, Bayami Ajani. Thank you for calling back.
Yes, I have been saying something over and over. Nigeria is not a single state. Nigeria is not a big state. Just that Nigeria is not designed as we speak right now. It's not being run by people who care about Nigerians, rather than they care about themselves. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is in a very deep mess right now. Security-wise, people are being killed in Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara, Niger, Kebbi, and all of these places, and nothing has been done. Like you guys have been saying, I saw these videos over the weekend, and I almost, cried. These are people you have labeled as terrorists. These are people you have, officially placed ransoms on. That if you help us find these people, we are going to give you XYZ amount because they have killed XYZ number of people. And these people came in military uniform. That's actually an offense in this country. They came with weapons that you cannot even begin to imagine. RPG, all sorts of assorted weapons. And there were people there, security officials were there. They couldn't arrest anybody, they couldn't do anything. Now, let's now revert back to what Showore did. Showore is just using his mouth to criticize the president, and the SSS is asking for his head. That tells you that the capacity to act is there. Rather, they are channeling all of that energy on securing the people running the government and not the people who own the country. That is exactly where the problem lies. Like I have been saying, Nigeria is not failed. Rather, Nigeria is being ruled by failures who happen to be in government. God bless.
Thank you so much,
So let me even tell you something here. A guy was coming from the southeast with a cartridge, this hunting cartridge. He said 8 of them. The guy, about 3 or 4. During stop and search in all this vehicle they stop, the guy spent 8 years in Krikri for cartridge, carrying cartridge. He spent 8 years of his life in prison, and somebody is coming out with all those ammunitions before security operatives, and is even boasting and threatening security operatives, and the state has no power to go and arrest him. Shame on Nigeria.
It is well with our nation, Nigeria. We hope our leaders will step up and truly act, just like Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo said this morning. The capacity to act is actually there. It is just to, set in and do what you need to do. Well, I would love to bring more interesting stories. There's this other one that caught my attention here, and I would like us to take it as our final story before we go today. It's a special report on The Punch. Inside dilapidated Ogun Hospital, where patients supply own beds. At the General Hospital in Ikokia in Ogun State, patients seeking care are greeted not by promise of healing, but by leaking roofs, cracked walls, broken beds, and outdated equipment. Once a proud community facility, the hospital deteriorated into a place where the sick are admitted with their own mattresses, forced to navigate dilapidated wards in search of reliefs. Now, on the 30th of January 1970, the then military governor of the Western Nigeria, Robert Adeyinka Adebayo, the hospital has hardly undergone any major refurbishment in its 55 years of existence. Let's take our final call. Hello, good morning to you.
Pardon me,
All right.
once again.
Okay, please go ahead.
I have been to that particular community you're talking about.
All right.
That is why I called back. It's not just that people there bring their own beds. They bring their own medications, they bring their gloves, they bring everything. Guess what? People cross to Benin Republic, because that place is very, very close to Benin Republic. They cross to Benin Republic because they want to go and give birth to babies. Giving birth to babies in Nigeria is a societal thing. And Ogun State is a state that is very, very rich. The current governor of Ogun State, as far as I'm concerned, is a big mistake. The state generates a lot of money in Nigeria. You can see all the companies in Ogun State.
Yeah.
And yet, Ogun State remains the state that have the worst road network in the country. Hospital services and educational services. See, our politicians, they have a great report, and I can tell you that on that particular day, they are going to sweat blood.
Thank you so much,
See, I went through that a story.
It's a very shameful and painful
it's something
one to
we are
say.
going to discuss this morning on Wazobia. How can a hospital, people are bringing their bed, people are bringing their gloves, people are they said some of the equipments in the hospital, they came Ogun State came and carried away the equipment and said they don't have personnel that will that to make the machines to work. Why not train them? Why are people? They say if rain is falling, both the staff and the patients will go to a corner where the roof is not leaking in order to take shelter. In a country, in a state like Ogun State, that collects a lot of money.
The photo story is there. You can find it on the Punch. Let's take this comment very quickly. Adeda Mola Okunla. Beautiful morning to you. It is heartbreaking to wake up to the news of insecurity again. The federal government should approve state police, as this is the only solution to insecurity in the country. The Amotekons in the southwest should be empowered so as to make their work more effective. Thank you so much. We can't take calls anymore. Sorry, the phone lines are still buzzing, but we have to go. That's all we can take today on Perspectives Unlimited. We thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Chukwemeka.
Thank you, Ayo, for having me.
Thank you, Ayo State. That's our program for you today. But don't worry. Stay calm. Yes, I mean it. Stay calm because all will be well. Some of the stories can actually, bother you, worry you, but take it as a piece of information and do not let that shape your day. Your day is in the hands of God, and you also have the power to speak, authority into your day. So declare that this day and today will be a great morning for you. That's our program today. Up next is AM Sport. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.